Okay, we're back to Space Engineers, and I've been doing some awesome chatting with Izzy in the comments, and he has told me about his auto refueler script. He told me about it before the hardcore, but I noticed that not everyone that watches the hardcore watches this one, and vice versa. It seems like there's like 30 views on the hardcore and 20 on these, but okay. So anyways, basically what this script does is it, oh, and I also have another mod installed. Before I get to that description, I should just be able to right click. Oh, not enough steel plate in storage, not enough computers in storage. That is the easy inventory mod by, no wonder that was hard to remember, Drago Carvan. like dragon? Drago Corvan. Drago Corvan? I think that's how you say it. Anyways, that basically we can go up to inventory slots, right click, and we'll get all the blocks that we need. And I just noticed that it tells you when you don't have enough stuff. So Izzy's ship refueler is going to help us manage emergency batteries. It'll be able to set up it'll be able to automatically set the hydrogen engine to be used as an emergency, like batteries are really low or batteries are broken. So better yet, let me just go ahead and add it. So I'm going to go to browse scripts, Izzy, and ship refueler. And I think there are some configuration options here, it looks like. Okay. So everything can be managed normally. I did kind of peruse this earlier, make sure all the default settings were what I wanted. They pretty much are. Like the settings are like awesome. In the emergency power scenario, on low battery, yes. Overload, yes. Damaged batteries, yes. And if the ship somehow loses all of its batteries, yes. Low charge percentage, 10. That's fantastic. Activate the hydrogen engine first. Sweet. Okay, so all that's great. I believe, yes, it does should be able also to output to LCDs. Default, so exclamation point ship refuel. Okay, awesome. So if I end up putting an LCD on here, oh, look at that. It's already going. It is initializing. It's finding everything. And there you go. The batteries are now all doing their thing. They've even changed colors to whatever they're doing. I don't know what yellow represents. Oops, I just got in. There was a computer conveniently right in front of me. The batteries. Oh, look, it even gives them the thing like the solar panels where it tells it, or it gives them the little, awesome. And it tells the charge rate so I don't have to, or the charge percentage so I don't have to look at it. So I don't have to go over here. Awesome. And the hydrogen engine should also, yeah, it's on standby. It has no fuel at the moment, but it's on, oh no, it's filled. Really? Did it do that? I think it might have done that. Oh, that's cool. Or it was the engine being on earlier. I'm not sure, but that's awesome. Okay. And, and he's told me about the realign option for the programmable block. Or for the solar panel, since they're kind of like drifting around. He said it would eventually get there. Now, I asked if I could align them myself into it, but this seems a lot cooler. Realign. Ooh, I almost spelled that wrong. I almost put an H. So it's should spin around and, yep. Look how quick those move. Oh, that saves a lot of time and effort on my part. And look at that. So they're going to go around until they find their highest output and then go ahead and use that from there. Amazing. So look at them spin around. That has to look super futuristic. Let me go really far away and just watch the panels spin. That looks cool. Oh, I love it. Oh, big bump, big bump. Let's not run into one of those. So little Phil is now getting his batteries managed properly. And so is the station. The station's getting its solar panels managed properly. Awesome. So, oh, I could add one to Frank as well. Frank could get all his systems managed properly. That'd be nice. Let me go ahead and let's do a little bit of renovation to Frank. Let's see. So I want to put a programmable block and I want to move the refinery or the engine. I think I'll just move the engine. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Can I hold everything? No, I can't. Let's go ahead and drop everything back in. I also am really tempted to use the inventory manager here really soon. Build up some LCDs so I can see what I have just in general, which would be nice. Then I can have a little, I think, set quotas and stuff. There we are. And I'm going to put the programmable block in between. And that is going to serve as the spacer for the motor. Can I not? Oh, I think it only has attachment points on the on the bottom. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that idea is scrapped now, I think. All right, let's move the programmable blocks somewhere else. How about up top somewhere? Even though I was going to kind of repurpose the top here. Right here? Whoops. Ah! There. That's there. It's up and tall, proudly portraying its programmability. That'll work. Oh, let me use the right click. Successfully withdrew remaining blocks to build remaining items. No, I didn't. It forgot the motors. Ah, that's fine. I might not have had space in my inventory. Could have been it. I don't know. Why this programmable block needs motors? I don't know. Maybe for the fans. And then one display. So we can go ahead and, oops, pop back over here. Oh, my keyboard's like a mile in front of me. All right, I need one display and one motor. So let's go ahead and, oh, it grabbed everything else I needed because, okay, I see what it's doing. I see what it's doing. That's awesome. Displays. Do I have any? Oh no, it said I don't have one. Ah, I see where it's getting it. I just tapped my head. We should have enough. So yeah, we should have enough everything. This world is chock full of resources. It needs inventory managers. And programmable blocks up, and we can go ahead and add the. I think this script's even easier to add because you just drop it on, and if you have any options you want to change, then go ahead and change them. But this one just bloop. This guy's a master. Look at all this. Oh, it found the engine. It found the connectors. The batteries are almost full. Awesome. Low what? Low charge. Emergency power activated. Oh, really? Are the batteries that low? Oh, I probably shouldn't have taken off then. That's good thing I saw that. Wow, yeah, it's at 11%. That's awesome. Okay. I think the emergency power is going to run out here pretty soon because ice is not gathered. See, that's another thing I still need this to do. I need it to gather more ice. I was thinking, if I put enough pistons on it, I could have it do like an orbit of the base. And then just like dig the base into a little moat. I think that'd be funny. But first I want to check on the status of the base far out there, because now the sun's out and the solar panels are aligned. Awesome. Look at that. 4 pips on all of them. Great. So that these scripts make life so much better. Okay. So I think I'll take little Philip here, and we can go check on the other base while Frank charges, and then build that base a connector so it can charge as well. So let's grab the large connector variety and try to gather all the materials we need for that, so that other base can have what do you call it? A connector on the side for small ships. Okay, we don't have enough steel plates. We need 106 more steel plates and one more computer. Done. And one more computer. There we go. We go and drop all this off in little Philip here. Oh, he reminds me so much of the Mantis ship that was tragically lost the other day. Oh, and I can just do it here. No, I think it switches to a small block when I try to do it here. Yeah, the Mantis ship. That sucked. That's from yesterday. I was trying to drive, but that didn't go well. Oh, when I got the 80 batteries, I need to put those in there. I don't think they go through the small tube, so I'll have to drop down here and do it from the back of this connector, which is why it's left exposed. We're just going to go with that. Oh, no, it looks like it. Oh, no, that's the original cargo container. Can I shove them in through the side? I think I can. All right, so maybe it can go through small thing. No, it doesn't. This makes sense, I guess. All right, and then for conveyor tubes, because we're going to need to convey up the other base over there. Just for, well, actually, I don't think the connector needs to be connected to a conveyor to transfer power. Okay, yeah, we'll just take those small steel tubes just in case I get another idea. Let me check. Let me check the conveyor. Conveyor of normal variety. Okay, it does need small steel tubes, construction components, and interior plates. So if I can nab some of those, please. We need small steel tubes. That's fine. They're already in here. Awesome. And that cargo container's full. Let's fill up the other side. Whee! There we go. Alright, we should have enough of everything we need, barring steel plates. Those are still being produced, I think. Why is it so quiet? Hold on. That's better. Now I can actually hear what's going on. I ended up having the sound really low for some reason. I don't know why. I think I was... Oh no, the sound's not low in Space Engine. It was low on the desktop. I was watching YouTube videos in the morning before class, and it's just like, oh my gosh, my ears. I was immediately, oh, I can get rid of these. Boop. Oops. Boop. And then I'll just move the generator over. I don't know why I'd need to turn it off anymore. The engine's already managed. Sweet. Okay. And what else is there to do with little mantis or little oh, it's a little scouting ship. So my new idea for oops, I used P. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Docking mode, please. There we go. I undocked real quick there. Alright, and let's stop dragging around a connector. That'd be nice. Let's go ahead and 2 and 4, right? 4 needs to be activated. There we go. Alright, connector is now stowed, and we are ready to go. So we're going to head on over to Crater's Landing, which is the name of the other base. I keep forgetting. Oh, it's already on HUD. Sweet, let's go. And I will check on its power, see how it's charging and everything, build up that last battery, then head back here, see how Frank is charged up. Oh, there was also a suggestion by AC again, full of amazing information, to lower the friction on the wheels. Oh wait, no, I'm now remote controlling the craft I'm sitting in. Oh, now I'm looking for the remote control. Wheels, fills wheels, to lower the friction since, yeah, it's pretty high. Because when I land, I tend to like catch the ground really hard and it throws me around. The gyroscopes are enough to handle it, but sometimes it's not as cool. This is a nice view. This is a really cool view of where we're going. I just noticed we don't have any lights, and the lights on the suit are on, so that's alright for now. But I can't see the ground under me, which is why I keep in third person. And I can just stare at the ship. It looks cool. All these really nice blocks building it up. Let's see here. Brakes. I need to enable the thing for the bridge of passage. Even though I can pretty much jump over it at this point, or at these speeds, I would like to be able to get to it. So I shouldn't have put the motor in the front, because then I can't see the floor. But then I would want to like kind of armor it. Why did I press X? What did I press X? Okay. I pressed X, and I just wasn't sure why. And I wasn't sure if it did anything. Whee! We got 4 hours on this, and then we don't have to worry so much, because when the power runs low, the engine kicks in. Oh, nice. It is very nice. Whoa, it's dark. Right here looks good? Yeah, it looks fine. Whee! Let's fly on over. Fly on over, babe. Oh man, we're floating. Okay. And land, please. Thank you. Even though these landings are really hard sometimes, something broke. See? Something took damage, or something threw off something. Oh, something's smoking. Wait, why is the connector smoking? Is the connector really smoking? I thought it changed color when it was damaged. I hear sparks. What's damaged? Not you. Oh, the remote control. How did that happen? See, I like didn't even hit the ground. What? Okay. I call that's a cheap move. Cheap move, universe. That was okay. Whatever. We have the remote control repaired. All right, let's head back off and try not to be so violent with the jumping. But I like the violent jumping. It's kind of fun. Except, well, the hardcore world that was not. Ugh. It's like in my head still. I'm just like, oh yay! Finally built up this mantis ship. It finally has resources. I'm gonna go find some iron. Couldn't find iron, and in my haste, because I wanted to get back before the end of the time, so it could, or before I went too long for me that day, so I could refine the material. I'm like, okay, that'd be nice. You know, everything will get going. Nah, just went and crashed it. Lost both of my drills. That was already kind of upsetting. Oop, that must be a package. Just a moment. I'm back. That is for a project that I plan to make a video about because it is really cool. both in two different senses of the word. So, a bit of backstory on it. So I was building my girlfriend a computer a couple years ago, a year ago, and it was her first computer. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not sure if she's gonna like the idea of playing on PC for games. So we'll go ahead and try it out. She also does like all of her artistic work on there, and so all right. So I used an old 990FX that I had. That was my primary processor right before then, and oh man, that thing was hot. So I had a custom loop on it. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to burden her with a custom loop. That is insane. That is way too much work, way too many things to do all at once. So I went with a closed loop cooler. Then it started to creep into my mind like, I've had one leak on me before. Didn't damage anything. It was a H100i and the pump failed. And like, I don't know if it got really hot or something, but a little bit of liquid started coming out the sides. I'm like, I luckily caught it before anything happened, and I don't think the liquid in there might be treated or it might be distilled. I don't know what it was, because there was a little bit on the board, but there was no corrosion or any other problems with it. So, you know, I still loved it. It was cool. It was the first time I used liquid. Anyways, so got her the EVGA's cooler, the little 120mm one, since it would have been like just barely enough to take the 990FX. The FX 9590, sorry. That 990FX is, I think, it's a graphics card from a long time ago. That it would... talking and... No, that wasn't an accident. That was just me. Wow, I really kind of got myself on a little ledge here. Oh, no. No. No, we're moving backwards. I need to moving forwards. Hold on. Wheels. Wheels do things that are good. Like, lots of power and friction. Go! Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Without damaging too many things, please. Okay, thank you. Alright. Where was I? So yeah. I was gonna go with the cooler, and then it creeped into my head that that it was probably going to leak. And I was worried because I had to fly it, and it wasn't... Oh, what was my power at? I don't remember. So 60's default, it was probably at like 20%. Okay, anyways. So yeah, anyways, I decided, okay, so maybe I'll just go with an air cooler. I got her one of the... Well, it was out of budget at the time, so I had to wait a bit. And it ended up being one of the NHD 14, I think. The tower cooler. That one did well. And, okay, yes, the 120mm version of the... What broke again? Really? That? Oh, I'm leaving it. That's too much for that remote control. Oh wait, was it the hydrogen engine? What? Is it like going through blocks? How did it damage that? Oh, the connected pieces touched it. This bumper is ruining me, I think. Oh man. That's a lot of stuff that takes. Ugh. That's alright. Alright. Anyways. So I had it a bit underclocked. It was about what? It would get to 5 easily. It would get to 5 gigahertz pretty easily. The VRM would get a bit hot, so I would have like a bunch of fans on that thing. Anyways. Oh look, all those rocks are still there. Might pick up a couple so I can rebuild part of the that I just broke. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and so I can talk while doing something not super potentially dangerous.
Inventory full.
So yeah, I went over and sorry. So yeah, I went ahead and I didn't bring a drill. Got the
Inventory full.
So okay. So it was underclocked because it would take the underclock just fine. It didn't need to be such a high clock for running the games that we ended up normally playing. And so I just let it be. I think it was at... So it would get up to 5 gigahertz really easily. It brushed 5.1 at some point in its life and then degraded a bit, I guess, and it wouldn't do it again. And I'm focusing on different things right now. Sorry. So So anyways,
Inventory
it would have done just fine with the cooler. It did do just fine with the cooler, but the whole reason it didn't have the cooler is because I was thinking it was going to fail, at least from the transport or anything. So it was worrying me, so I went with an air cooler. It took a bit longer to get it to her
Inventory full.
at that point. But after that, everything was all right. So, I just have it sitting around. Like, I haven't done custom loop again because the 1700X, I have an NHD 15 in it. It works amazing. The Noctua coolers are all amazing. And I was just like, okay, I didn't need the custom loop again. I didn't want to buy another GPU bracket because it was expensive. And I was like full like focus on school. I'd had to like quit work and everything. So just like, anyways, I have the idea of cooling my 1070 with the liquid cooler. And I was looking like, okay, custom solutions like magically figure out how to cut copper and do all that. But there was this thing on Amazon for like $30. I think it's like NZXT's something. It just came in right now. I haven't really opened the box yet. But it's a mount to connect your cooler. And I'm like, oh sweet, I can connect the loop. Oh my gosh, really? These wheels suck. I'm hitting all sorts of things. Like, as soon as I hit a bump, the suspension dips too low. Let me go ahead and strengthen it up a little bit. So we broke the remote control, the hydrogen engine, everything else is okay. Okay. So yeah, I have the cooler. I have the let's go double 12, 13. 13's fine. 13's a good number. So I have the cooler. I have the thing, and I ordered these little aluminum fins to put on the VRM and the memory. I don't know if that's exactly necessary. It has like this air cooler, but it seems kind of weird that they would be sitting without cooling, because I think even the GTX 770 had their, it wasn't called Founders Edition then. I figured it was called their stock cooler edition. Had the cheaper one. Had where the parts of it would touch the VRMs and parts of it would touch the memory. And I'm like, okay, so memory always needs to be cooled in my head. And when I saw that it was like, oh, it doesn't come with anything for that, I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's in the design so you could fit it on multiple cards. And I'm like, all right, so I'll use a little bit of the budget that I planned for my next GPU. It's just sitting there. It's not doing anything. And I'll make this GPU quieter because, man, can those fans wail. And especially with summer coming, it's going to get annoying very fast. And, I've dealt with it before, but now I'm concerned about audio quality. Because normally I'd just put on my headphones and turn the game up a little louder. But now it's just like, okay, I want more audio quality. All the other fans in here are practically dead silent. And it was just that. It's just that at the end. So took $40 out of that budget, got the NZXT thing, the aluminum heat sink, the aluminum heat sinks, and some it's like what do you call it? Thermal pads, but it's tape. I've never tried it before. I don't know how well it works. I'm gonna look up a few things on it after this, but I figured I would get it because if anything, I can use it on my Raspberry Pi and stick one of those aluminum heat sinks on it, and that would be better than nothing, because the Pi does overheat a little bit when it's around the printer, or while it's around the printer, because I think the heated bed kind of warms up over the top, and it's like, oh, overheat protect. When Octopi goes like overheat thing, I'm like, oh dang, why does it keep overheating? It's never had that problem before, but I get it. It's under a freaking 60C bed like 90% of the time. So yeah, all that hot air right there is not helping. So we'll let it, I'll add some cooling to that. And what I want to record is adding the thing to the GPU. I'm going to do like a before and after, and I'm going to use these little thermocouples I have. They suck, but they're like better than nothing. At least they'll tell me like differences in temperature. And I'll go ahead and check and see how hot, or like different temperatures before and after, and with and without those little aluminum heat sinks. More for me than anything, because I really want to be able to use it. Ooh, wait, is this the right way through? We're a kilometer away. I do remember there being a little bit of a passage to go through. I think this is the right way. Yeah, this area is a bit caution because we'd want to not run into, or not run in between those two craters. Oh no, we might be right on the edge of the crater. No, we're not. No, we're not. That's 900 meters. There's no way. But yeah, so that filled up the time of us driving is my idea, because it arrived at the best convenient time. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's a little thing that may or may not be too narrow for us now, since we moved those wheels out a little bit. Oh, is that what's causing me to hit the ground like every 5 minutes? Oop, oop. Here we go. We've done and centered ourselves again. How about, let's kind of drop down here. Like a roller coaster. Oh my gosh. In first person, that just went like full vertical. Oh, that vertical drops in roller coasters. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if anyone lives in California, but there's is it Knott's Berry Farm or Six Flags? I think it's Knott's Berry Farm. The one with the accelerator, the big pink one. They added a new roller coaster where I forget what it's called. I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon so much that I knew the names of all these different types of coasters. I'm not sure if it was the real names, but the names they were in the game, I knew them like off the top of my head. But this one's like, it had like a spray thing where they'd be in seats and they'd pull you up and spray you with water. It was really cool, and you're like spin around. I think it was called Riptide, or there's a new one called Riptide. Anyways, there's a new roller coaster there called something, and it has this drop at the beginning that is ridiculous. I'm like, I don't need to be doing that anymore. That was kind of too spooky, but it was fun. Anyways, so I'm really excited to do the GPU thing. For some reason, the fans haven't ramped up. Well, then again, California is being crazy today, and it's cold. Like 2 days ago, it was 86 degrees, and then yesterday it was in the 70s. Like the low 70s. I think it got like 72 or 74. And I'm like, wow, it is, the weather is insane right now. It is going from really hot to really cold. And that's okay. That's normal here. But it's usually really hot. Like last year, 100 degrees right now. And this summer, it's probably going to be really hot. That's just a guess. It's a guess based on living here forever. That after a cool winter and a long spring, it is ridiculously hot in the summer. So I'm prepared for that, by acoustically prepared. Oh no. And hopefully the higher overclocks can put me off of getting of upgrading for longer. And my ultimate plan with it is to be able to, hopefully, if it's all drilled out right, or if I have to do a little cutting myself, hopefully it all fits in the new generation. So I do want to do another custom loop. And the way I'm thinking is, okay, we need friction. Friction! Oh, there we go. Friction! That much. The way I'm thinking to do it is, if I use this again, I don't have to get a GPU block. I might not have to get a GPU block. And I can just do, get another CPU block. Those aren't as expensive. And, I know money's money. And like, sometimes it's hard to come by. And you're like, okay, so you're still doing custom water cooling? Yeah, why not? Everyone has a hobby, and that just happens to be mine. It's something I enjoy doing. Anyways, and it's something that I'm willing to, like, some people save money for like stuff for their car, like upgrades for their car, not necessarily what the car needs at the moment. And I save money for upgrades for my computer. It's just a hobby. It's fun. I love it. Anyways, what was that? What was the noise? Anyways, we've arrived. The batteries are charging. Oh, this one now has a pip on it. That's good. And we arrived as soon as the sun went down, sadly. Oh. But we've gotten a lot more charge. 50%. So I do think the batteries are charging while we're away. That's very good. Very, very good. It's exactly what I want to hear. Or see. Let me go ahead and drop this in. Did I say what the plan for the what do you call it? the plan for the new GPU thing is, it's so I could water cool the next version of it, the next generation GPU. So what I usually do is I skip the generation and I go every other generation and I go in the mid tier, because that seems to be how things are done. I started with an old NVIDIA card. I don't remember. It wasn't any. It was before GTX. It was a GeForce something. It didn't even have a cooler on it. It was it was that old. It was like, it was made much before I got into computers, and it was from a hand-me-down computer that it was added to after, because it was found in a box, and it was better than whatever graphics the motherboard had on it. Anyways, that was my first graphics card. The first one I bought would be a 550 Ti, I think. Yeah, I think it was a 550 Ti, and it was pretty awesome at the time. And what I really did then is played Minecraft. And then from there I waited a generation. I skipped the 600 series and I went to 700 and got a 770, which was really nice. I don't have a 550 Ti or a 770 anymore, as I have given them away, because someone asked me to help them build a computer, and then the graphics card they wanted to buy wasn't as much. And I'm like, well, I have this one sitting around. It's best not wasted, Even though it was kind of old at the time, it was still better than what they could afford, so it was a good idea. Anyways, now I had a 970, and the 10 series, I noticed it start going like super crazy in pricing when the whole mining thing was going on, the whole Bitcoin mining. So I ended up deciding to go, okay, I'm gonna get a 1070 before it passes the ridiculous price amount. And it did. They started passing the price amounts like crazy. I should have bought two, because I could have bought two then. Only two though. And it would have been all right. Oh, I already have a programmable block here. It's controlling the... Oh, but I can't put two scripts on it. Okay. Anyways, enough of the computer talk. I don't know if that's exciting or boring for other people. That's just something I'm into. And you might not like the video that comes out for it, and I don't know when it's going to come out, because I'm really bad with live stuff. I'm going to have to borrow the camera and set that up and try to make it not look terrible. Let's go ahead and turn on the refinery while we're here. There we go. What are we refining? We have stone and... Okay, we have pretty much one inventory of stone for the refinery. Most of one inventory. Yeah, a full one inventory of stone. Which hopefully will be enough to get the battery built up, because I think all I grabbed was the power cells, because that's all I thought I needed. So it might be, instead of... Oh wait, I would need the connector, yeah. So these are 50% power, not 50, 40, 30. 47%. And it still hasn't raised a second pip. Okay, that's fine. Is the refinery already done? I think it is. That was fast. Okay. Basic refinery, go and power back down. We'll power on the assembler. It's already on. And we'll see what else we need. Let's prioritize the battery, since that needs to be done. The other stuff doesn't need to be done so badly. There we go. Here's a battery. So now we have tons of storage capacity on this base. Yeah, this base needs to be upgraded a bit. I know. It's going to need more solar panels. It's going to need like a second array and like maybe a third and a fourth one. It's just going to be this massive like power facility that when I build my big ship to go to the planet, that's hopefully going to carry Frank with. Of course it's going to carry Frank with it. Maybe Philip. I could do a stack thing where it's carrying Frank and then Frank is carrying Philip, all on feet. Oh, that'd be funny. So I want to be able to use this base to refuel power when I need it. Okay, so I need one computer and 4 of the large tube variety. Or 4 tubes of the large variety. Let's go ahead and nab those in. Alright, 4 and then a computer. Then the remote control probably needs a computer and a couple interior plates. So might as well queue those up. 1 computer. Oops. 2 computers. 2 computers. And then like 10 interior plates. Heck, and maybe even a motor. I probably don't need the motor though. It wouldn't be too bad to have. Oh, I have a hydrogen bottle. Did I leave my hydrogen bottle all the way over here? That might be where I left it. I'd have built the solar panels, flew over there, lost, or hadn't needed the hydrogen bottle for a while, and then left it here. All right, hydrogen engine. Back to full ability you are. And all the way built, because I don't want to deal with that again. And the camera's good. I just needed a computer and interior plate. Sweet. Everything else is nice and repaired. Good. Good. Philip's looking good. All right. Despite the few bumps in the road. Oh, I could have recycled the motors and plates from there. I forgot those were a thing. All right. Now hopefully we have enough for at least part of a connector on this base. Because all it needs to do is charge up little Philip. And we'll be on our way. So pop it on the end here. All right, we need 30 more, or 10 more steel plates, 20 more construction components, and 6 more small steel tubes, and 18 more computers. Okay. Can this mod queue up all the things I need in the assembler? I don't remember if that was listed as a feature. It'd be really nice though. And let me not right click the assembler, and there we go. I don't think it did. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll queue it up. We'll queue it up ourselves. That is a-okay. Computers, I think I needed 18. Yeah. And that was it, right? Oh, 6 small steel tubes as well. Yeah, we definitely, it's a good thing I grabbed those rocks, because that would have sucked. And you know what? I might as well grab more iron on the way, since we're going to be passing it and have an empty inventory. I don't think we have cobalt here, so I'll need to use a basic drill, sadly. 20 computers. I thought I only told you to make 18. Oh, it was making them while I was queuing them up. Oops. We'll go ahead and make a normal drill, if you please. Thank you. So that on the way back, a drill could be used. And then I'm just going to pop this right here. This probably isn't going to be its final place, but it is its place for now, and that should be everything I need. Hooray. I did use the little thing that popped up saying what we were out of to queue up more materials. I did miss the steel plates by a little bit though, and hopefully, even though it has no connection to power, has no connection to inventory, it has connection to power. Which would make sense because it seems like all the blocks transfer power between each other. I'm gonna have to Austin Powers this really quick, but I am not in a little hallway though. Wouldn't that be funny? All right. I wonder if that's possible. I wonder if you could do that with a Space Engineer's vessel. How damaged it would end up. Oops. All right. Backing onto this has proved a little bit more difficult than I originally intended, but we're in a good enough space. We should be able to park those and drop down the... Oh, wait. Nope. We're way too close. Excuse me. How about that? How's that? That might be doable. We're going to watch our connector slowly descend as I hold the brake. I don't know why I'm holding the brake. All right. Looks like we're close. We're getting there. Ooh, we're getting there. All right. A little more. Let's turn off the brake so we can scoot forward a little bit. And then back up. Oh, oh. Ah, looks like we're just a little too far. Okay. Back up. And let's turn it off and see what the issue is. We might have to build some ramp blocks here. Yeah, it looks like we're just at a bad angle. Okay, that's fine. I'll take off those extra steel plates, pull forward a little bit. Let's bring it up first. All right, pull forward a little bit, park, and make some ramps. The steep ramps are going to have to do for now, which I don't think will be too bad. Where are the... There we are. Light armor slopes or ramps of steepness. Okay. Pull some out here. And a block down there along with another one. Just so we're covered at every little bit. We're still at kind of an awkward angle. This might not correct it, so I might have to scoot this back, actually. The ramp will just help me get up. Alright, 9. Flip that over. What if I do it all the way back? I think this was meant to be like a little hangar, but I think the hangar is going to have to extend out that way now. Now that I look at it, and now that I built another hangar. And that hangar is way too big. Or way too small. Like, it's too shallow. It's like, wow, how is this so shallow? It's so big, but it's wide. So I'd have to build my ship sideways and get them out in a weird way. All right, brakes. We're still at a bit of an angle. Do I have to like pull all the way? Okay, a little bit more. Yeah, that needs to move back some more. And out you go. Let's go ahead and we can place a maximum of 4. Let's not place them like that though. Thank you. Place a maximum of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that should give us more space. Then we could put it like back here somewhere. So it is definitely far enough back. There we go. Oh, that was just enough. I'd had 4 in the brain. I'm like, 4. 4 seems right. And 4 was definitely right. Fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and hop up on here. Oh, the engine sounds like it kicked on for just a moment. Alright. We might have... One of our batteries might be running pretty low, which is a perfect time for us to go back here and charge. Whee! Let's not jump on the base that is precariously hanging off a cliff. Oh. Yeah, this is a little skinny for it. Alright. Fill up. Oh, perfect. See, look how low that is. Let's go ahead and lower it just a little bit more, shall we? There we are. Oops, wrong button. Toggle lock. There we are. Now we're attached to the base. Our script should be go ahead and set our batteries to recharge. That's on the other base. Emergency battery is recharging. Hydrogen is on standby. The other battery is recharging. Don't we have a big battery? Phil's batteries. They're set to recharge. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So what do we do now? We're kind of at this base for a little bit while Philip's recharging. I can go ahead and build a bit of a prototype of what I wanted to do in my hardcore world. And that I could probably do here, that'd be super useful, is a path marker. I want to make some path markers, which, what I mean by that is I basically want to build up some frames and one battery and a light. So, oops. So produce, to produce a small battery, what do we need? We go ahead and need 2 power cells and then interior light. That is 2 construction components, not bad. And then right now I can use the interior plates on the small cargo container as well as a landing gear. We just need one of those. All right, so we're gonna need some steel plates. Let me tally up exactly what we need. All right, so for the cargo container, it does not. Okay, so I'll have to do it from here. For the cargo container, oops, wrong size. Okay, so we need at least 1 steel plate. We need, just right now, this is going to be cargo containers for the frame because I have interior plates. I don't want to waste materials. We need 2 steel plates, I think, at minimum, and 2 construction components, 2 batteries, 2 power cells, 2 computers, and 2 construction components. So we need 4 construction components. Excuse me. 1 steel plate. No, sorry. 3 steel plates. 4 construction components. 2 power cells, 2 computers. Please tell me you have everything you need. Okay, good. Whew. I was worried for a second. All right, and this should be just enough for me to build a little path marker, which I will show you what I mean right here. So, see how these ledges are here? And at night, I can't see them. I'm thinking that if I do this, and I can do it here so I can... Oh, aren't you supposed to lock to the grid? Sorry. Or, excuse me. Isn't the landing gear supposed to do the auto lock thing? Let me try that again on a more flat piece of flat terrain. The whole point is, though, it's not on flat terrain. And I can't... Okay, there we go. It locked. Okay, so this will be my little marker, right? So let me orient these. Those won't be lit here. And then, oh yeah, battery. And then at the top will be a little light. So if I have everything I need, which I do, for the battery, for the light, and then in that world the lights have control panels, which I will just build one here. I might add it to this world. See how convenient the control panels are? I need a steel plate, a computer, a display, and a construction component. That's doable. I had none of that in the storage. Okay. So a steel plate, a computer, a display, a construction component. And something borrowed and something blue. All right, let's head down here to our little beacon. Little beacon of caution, which I'll repaint yellow. That's a cautionary color. Yellow. There we go. Caution beacon. There we are. Now everything I build from now on is going to be yellow, and I'm quickly going to change that. It's not like yellow is a bad color. I'm just not a huge fan of it. All right. So these would last 2 days. That's not a lot of time. I'd figured it'd be more. Let's increase the fallout and intensity, or fall off and intensity. Maybe color them a bit of like a construction yellow. So now, let's see how far I can see these from. I have this little beacon of, hey, don't run into this big thing right here that's going to wreck your ship. And I have that beacon for 2 days, and I can see it from miles out. Not miles out, but it feels like miles. I can see it from at least 500 meters away. All right, that's 500 meters? 447, that's close. I can see that little yellow spot there. So while I'm heading over, if I see like a bunch of them in a row, I can avoid them. They're not that hard to make. They're not resource intensive, but it looks like they're not going to last very long, with the battery only quoting me 2 days. The control panel doesn't say how much it draws, and the light doesn't say how much it draws. I'm not a huge fan of that time. It's 60 watts. Either the control panel is doing it, or or it's just the light. If I turn the light off, what do we have? We have 0 watts. So the control panel is using nothing. The light's using 60 watts. So the lights do draw power. Awesome. If I turn the radius all the way down, does that modify the amount of power? How about if I change the fall off and intensity? Now it's just a little bulb. It still uses 60 watts. That's fine. That's fine. Radius, fall off and intensity. And I could adjust the offset if a little bit's not covered. That's fine. We'll just reset that. Blink interval's fine, and none of that's to be touched. So it's a 2-day battery. Not ideal. I'm not sure if there's a small merge block in that world. It'd be really nice to go over and just recharge it. How about a solar panel? How big is this solar panel? It's probably going to be more of a hazard than anything, huh? Yeah, that's pretty huge. It's pretty... yeah, if I added that on there, it'd be one massive garden light. Well, it was an idea, and it kind of works. That it's just there kind of marking the path. What if I add a sensor to it? Okay. Bear with me for a second. I'm thinking if I add a sensor, right? Oops. Increase the sensor's range to I don't know how far I'm not sure yet. But wait, how much power do sensors use? And it would be in the direction I'm coming from, won't it? Or do sensors... I think sensors go in all directions. Are capable of going in all directions. Yeah, they are. Not sure how much power sensors use. Battery, it's still 60 kilowatt or 60 watts. Oh, 60 kilowatts would be insane. Okay. That'd be one power hungry light, especially in this game. Okay. So I want it to be able to detect players, not floating objects, small ships, large ships. No, and all that's fine. Okay. And I just want it to be around, except the bottom and top. Those can be off. Back and front. That should be everywhere around it is covered. Let me go ahead and see what I have for it. Oh, it needs 5 construction components, 6 computers, radio components, detectors. This thing's expensive. Okay, now this is supposed to be a cheap little light. And that's about to make it way too much. But I think it's a little useful, if not a bit impractical. But it's there. We have one now. It might be something worth doing. Not sure yet. How's the charge going on here? Let's check the battery. Oh, 90%. It's almost fully recharged. Sweet. Phil's emergency battery is almost charged. Cool. Phil's small battery, and then just battery. That's fine. It's stored at almost 1,000 kilowatt hours. This is 50. This is 50. Cool. The batteries on the base are charging us up. Nice. So we should be able to head back. Sadly, it doesn't seem like much got done. It was more of an experimental episode. Really, I'm sorry. It's almost been an hour. I'm gonna have to leave here soon. And oh my, nothing seems to have happened. I'm sorry. We did get through some cool scripts. Okay. And piston up. Piston up as well, right? Nope, it's going down. Up. Once they're stowed, or once they're mostly stowed, we can head out. Oh look, here's a beacon telling us not to go that way. Or to look out, to watch out, to be cautious. I will be cautious, beacon. Thank you. And until... the beacon until next time. Oh, Mr. Sledgehammer suggested that we do a See You Space Cowboy kind of outro. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna like model it up. There's not really much of a model to make. It's a black screen with a really? What am I wedged in? No, let me out. Get me out of the hole. Thank you. I think going around the crater is probably our best idea. Did I say meteorite earlier? I meant crater. Oh. Oh. Okay, there we go. We'll go ahead and throw the wheels into a lower power mode. Okay. And friction is lower. I noticed that we were kind of grabbing and moving around a lot. Alright, here we are. Now we can turn off 90% of these beacons. We have about 1 million of them. Crater's Landing, we don't need you right now. Lunar Ice and Bridge of Passage. Why do I have so many still? Oh, it's Respawn Pod and all that. Okay, that's fine. We need to know where Frank is because I keep forgetting to mark Sublimation Base. Whee! Oh no, I hope I don't hit that big crater. Oh man, okay. So with this, oh gosh, my voice. What happened? I got really quiet there for a second, so I was thinking, okay, I'm like, why did I keep damaging this ship while I was driving it? I think it was because I was landing funny. You see right there how I landed with the corner wheel, like I positioned a wheel in the corner to land on. I think that might be the trick to it still. Like, because when I landed, I think I landed on all 4 wheels, or I landed on the front 2 wheels, and that ended the front of the ship very quickly. The front of little Phil was kind of broken. But when I land on the corner, well, with the lower friction, I don't get thrown so much anymore. But in part of getting thrown, I think the iron was over here. Sorry, I'm trying to remember where the iron is so I could grab it on my way back. I think... Here we go and add it on the marker here. Iron. Ironic, isn't it? No. Manganese? No. Magneroid? No. Here be gold. Gold be near. Really? Is all gold stuff pirate related? Cool Cliff asteroid. Cool Cliff. Oh yeah, the asteroid with a cool cliff. Oh, I remember that. There's iron on the hillside. There we go. And it's also straight ahead. Okay. So about 9 markers on the screen. We'll go ahead and hide them for now. Anyways, what I was thinking was landing in the corner. Probably the best way to land. At least for me. I have yet to experience damage, and I was there in a pretty big jump a second ago. right when I popped back in. So I hope I'm getting close. I think that might be the cliffside. I don't know. Let me tilt up here. See, with this big post in the way, I don't really care for that too much. Let me go ahead and lower it down a little bit. Maybe? Yeah, it's lowering. Okay. I turn this on. We got our iron. Looks like it's right there. The Bridge of Passage and the iron. That looks like a good height for it. Okay, so now it's not completely obstructing view, which is nice, because that sucked a second ago. The whole way driving over here, I'm like, what is wrong? Why can't I see anything? It's kind of weird. I have this big connector in my face. Usually, I'm driving first person, but for one thing, I turned my lights off, so I can't see very well. Don't know why I did that. Just noticed they were off. And look at that. We have a day of power like this. That's amazing. Even at full go, we have 6 hours. Awesome. All right, what I was saying was connector was in the way. And I lowered that down. So let's go ahead and grab some iron while we're here. And iron. Hand drill. Not the cool hand drill, just a hand drill in general though. And then we can nab some from this spot of iron. We should have well enough to keep us going, but I always figure, even though we're good on resources, always good to grab more. You know, I want to start a major construction project soon. I don't want it to be
Inventory full.
mining for days. I thought I dropped that. Well, there could be a reason why I didn't see it. Some of the iron's really dark. Looks like stone. That one's stone, but the other one wasn't. All right, we'll drop 2 inventories in Philip here. That should be a small amount, but not too little, not too much. We'll drop everything in there. That way we have a more empty inventory to go through. See, this iron, only 16 meters under the surface. The iron on the planet, like a mile under the surface. It was crazy. Well, when we have a bigger vessel, we'll have more capability. And I still have to bring Frank in here to grab like a lot at once. Because that'd be nice. He is a mobile mining he is an all-purpose ship. All-purpose awesome little ship. Love Frank. Okay. There we go. And inventory is now full. So there'll be some iron sitting around. So next time I come over here, I can, because apparently the ore doesn't despawn like cargo containers do. So next time I come over here, I'm like, oh, I should probably grab some iron. Oh, look, there's some I grabbed because I forgot my drill, you know, kind of thing. Because I always forget my drill. Well, I don't always forget my drill, but I always forget something. And the drill may be one of those somethings. And for next time, I could put a little beacon there that will go ahead and provide us, cobalt and iron. Go ahead and provide us a spot to go in, a spot to know where it is. Because I'm going to drive this way anyways. But the problem is those things only last 2 days. I could give them a little solar hat. So a bit of advice was needed for crown molding. Oh, bridge of passage, bridge of passage. It's because there's weird angles in this house. The walls don't meet at 90-degree angles. They meet at like, it looks like 90 degrees from far away. No, it's not. It's like 88 or 83 or something. Sometimes it's noticeable. So the crown molding's kind of covering it up. Anyways, it's a protractor, right? The little angle tool, because that's what I said we need. I hope that's the right tool. Anyways, what was I talking about? I think I was talking about beacons and giving them hats of solar. Things need solar hats. Solar hats are cool. They are power put on your head. But the solar hats, I think, would take away from some of the, like, oh, I'm in the sky, I need to see the beacon. Oh, I can't see the beacon, you know. And if I just put more batteries, I'm going to get 4 days of power, 10 days of power, whatever. But it'd be nice to be able to charge the battery and add it. So the next idea that's going through my head is to build it, like, so to go around with the reincarnation of the mantis ship once I figure out how I want to do that, and build them off the edge, have like a piston, like kind of drop them down, latch them, and then leave. So I'd have a bunch of recharged batteries already. And that might give me multiple days of power. I'm not sure how much one of the fully charged small ship batteries give. I'm planning for the next world. In this world, I don't know why. More because I'm driving, and I like to think while I'm driving. It's kind of a weird thing. I do pay attention while I'm driving, yes, but it's like kind of like being in the shower for me sometimes. I don't wander off completely though. It's kind of spooky. Like driving to me is still a even several, what is it? 8 years, 9 years, even several years late. No, 8, 7, 5, 4. I don't know. Even years later, it's still kind of spooky because there's so many people out there driving. It's just like, oh, I don't want to get nipped, whacked. Most definitely don't want to get whacked. There's been a few close almost whackings of people onto me. But man, anyways, I caught the ground again. The friction's down, isn't it? I might need to lower it even more. Worried about on the ice though, because I think the friction's lower on the ice. We might just slide it around. That's a crater. Did I do that? I think I might have done that. That looks me. Right? I go ahead and just like drudge an area. No, I don't think I've done that. But we don't have a drilling vessel, so that's the next thing in this world. So for those of you who stick around for this survival, the next thing needed is a drill, or a drilling vessel. And I want to make it flying, but it may be a driving vessel. And I have this cool idea where I watched, I think it's Splitsy's video on his elevator. He makes a piston elevator. It's like a little cart in there. And it's really cool. But he did this thing where the pistons are kind of like stacked but next to each other. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. And I stick the drill. I think I'd stick the drill on a little rotor. Have like the like, I'm trying to make a gesture with my hands. The compact like piston section, and then the piston could come forward and down. So 2 rotors, and it would go ahead and it would come out forward from the ship, so it stows more compactly, so I can fit it in the hangar better. And so yeah, basically it would come forward and then down with the those compact pistons. And hopefully I can pack more pistons into the area to where I can get down no matter how deep the ore is. Well, not no matter, but, you know, where 30 meter down ore or 40 meter down ore isn't an issue. You know, that's I think I did turn notifications off Steam. That must not be the right notifications I turned off. Oh, well. You can see my friend who's playing a bunch of different games all the time. Whoa, okay. This isn't ideal. Okay, let's get this front corner wheel on there. There we go, nice and easy. And then we get our base with the big H of solar panels. The H. I got letters in the brain. I got M from the hardcore world, H from there. I guess before I cut the drills off Philip, he was also an M. Oh wait, red? Why is there red in the distance? Oh my god, what happened? What has happened? Frank, why are you... What? Okay, hold on. Hold on. What went on? What's the problem here? What the heck happened? Not good? That's a bit of an understatement? This ran out of power. Ah, I see. I went ahead and had Frank recharge off of the base, which sapped all the power from the base, because the base was not generating power after the sun went down. Ah, oops. Oh, that is entirely my fault. How do I repower the base even though it has nothing? Hydrogen engines. They should have at least... Yeah, he has a little bit. Okay. So the plan is open the hydrogen tank, activate the hydrogen engine, and get this base back to being powered. That's good. That'll do. This base needs its own control script. It's the only thing I haven't done for it. And then it ended up dying. All right. Now it has power again. All is well in the land. The battery is just flat. I'm glad it's not like real batteries. You run them flat, you kind of destroy them. Well, it's not good for them. Especially the lithium batteries. They hate it. But it's not as bad as the lead acid batteries. When you run them flat, you pretty much destroyed them. Let's go ahead and readjust Frank here. Oh, Frank, your engines are even off. Oh, and we're blasting the base. Let's not blast the base, please. Much longer than we need to. All right. Ooh, I singed something off. Oh, no! No. Why do things keep getting destroyed? Oh, Oh. Ooh. Oh, and all this. Are you serious? And it destroyed a timer block and the hydrogen engine. Oh, that's just fantastic, isn't it? Okay, battery offline, please. I need whatever power you have to stay here. Frank, if you don't mind... Okay, so we lost all power to the base. The connector's down. We're going to land Frank... Actually, I'm going to grab ice with Frank so he can have his own power for a moment. Let's go ahead and grab ice. I think his batteries are charged, but I don't want to chance it. Yeah, we got 36 minutes of power. Alright, we're in damage control mode here. We're fixing all of the... we're running into the ground real fast. Oh man, why did I do that? Bit of a panicky movement, I think. Alright, and why aren't we having full reverse thrust? Oh, because I removed that one because the refinery's in the way. And it's still removed, so that's fine. Okay, we'll just go ahead and grab some ice. You know, kind of calm down a little bit. Worry about the garbage collector eating my solar panels. Land, Frank. Plop. Okay. Power off the engines. Ooh, there is some damage in the roof here. That's not good. Let's go to Philip. Philip has our welder. Oh, the base is on fire. That's never a good sign. Well, at least it didn't chop off the solar panels while it was gone, so the thing deleted them. Let's grab the welder. The welder of ugh. Because I already destroyed so many things. Okay. Welder, grinder. Please move the scrap and the drill into there. Actually, let's just take a little fill over there. So we can go ahead and grab some, what do you call it? So we can put the materials on easier. Ah, see? This is what happens when your solar panels are held up by one little post. Yay. Alright, let's grind these down. They are definitely going to fill my inventory. I think 2 of them is as much as I can carry, or 2.5, almost 3. Alright, got 2. We'll nab this one. Alright, inventory's full. Man, oh man. What an experience, huh? Okay, that cargo container is full. We'll fill up the connector. We're just gonna fill everything up. Put away the welder for now so we can hold as much as we can. Okay, so now this base is without being able to generate its own power other than the hydrogen engine of emergency backup. Okay, knock these down. Ah, see, if I didn't have it as a frame, I think it would have survived that. All these lessons being learned by experience. Experience is a good teacher. Also a rather cruel one. I lost so many things already. Either by negligence or just accidents, which tend to occur via negligence. But I think I'm not too bad here. I think solar panels can be placed, and I'm confident that we can get going here. Really good. I need to really leave soon though. How about I place all this in there, and looks like next time is going to be reclamation as we reclaim all this damaged material. Let me at least fix up the base so it can run on its own. And I also need to make sure I don't lose all these materials when the garbage collector strikes. Which I really should turn down, but I haven't had the chance to... Oh, my throat. Haven't had the chance to do checking to see if, okay, leaving all this around and whatever miscellaneous other stuff pops up in the world causes a problem. It's an unpowered grid that is below like 20 or 30 blocks, and I think the that is prime like getting for the garbage collector. Okay, so this is everything that I had. That is as much as can fit in the... Well, I can throw some stuff in the cockpit. I won't. I'll just keep those for now. Grab the welder instead. Welder, put that stuff away. Okay, the welder takes up apparently a very small amount of space. Alright, what's needed? This is broken. Very broken. Oh my god. How is the tank of hydrogen? It's okay. These aren't happy. Wow, okay. Pretty bad. This one's okay, it just doesn't have power. And this one's pretty bad. Okay. Well, we don't need the basic refinery. Does it have an access port? What does it have in it? It probably has some... Psst, it has cobalt. That's fine. Let's go ahead and grind this down and get the base going with its materials. It's not as expensive as most things down here. So the timer block is broken, and I do plan to do something else with how that... Oops, all this smoke. I do plan to do something else with what the timer block does. Okay. So we need construction components, large steel tubes, small steel tubes, and a power cell. I have to queue up a power cell in Frank. Oh man, this base. Alright, I have the large steel tubes. I can make those for the other thing in the future. I have the construction components, and I need one power cell. One power cell? Wait an hour for it. I know I have silicon. I just saw a bunch. Okay, I can't grab the power cell. We'll send that. Hopefully it gets refined while we're here. There we go. Some of our material from the base is being reclaimed. Get rid of this old solar tower. It is nothing but trouble. All right, 20 small steel tubes are still needed. That's fine. I'll just remote into... Nope. Frank doesn't have an antenna. He's one of the only vessels that have an antenna. He needs one. Let's build 20 small steel tubes. I know there's probably some somewhere, but I want to make sure... Cobalt. First, cobalt out. I want to make sure that we have enough stuff going. And 20. There we are. I should have foreseen that. I think there was even a warning on the page. Okay, here we are. Hydrogen engine is now going. We are recharging that battery here. That is... I'm sorry. This battery is recharging at... Wait. Current input 0. But it says it's recharging. Recharge. Oh, I turned it off. Oops. I turned it off so I could make sure everything was going. Okay. It is now recharging, which means all of our blocks are active. So I'll replace the solar script on here really quick with... Oh, well, no. Yeah. I'll replace the solar script on here real quick with the power management script so it can turn the hydrogen engine off when appropriate. So I don't have to manage that. You see? We'll go ahead and put ship refueler. I think that's right. Not sure if that's okay for the base. We're about to find out. Got one battery, engine, 2 connectors. It's initializing. Alright, low charge, and it's powering via that. Perfect. And then our hydrogen tank has probably tons of hydrogen stored. 28%. Oh, it even marks that. That's awesome. Alright, and then the hydrogen engine is probably full as a result. Sweet. Okay. This is going better than not. And these need... Oh, their steel plates are just fine, and that is the most expensive component on them. 2 large steel tubes, 4 large steel tubes, 8 motors, and 10 computers. I think I have everything but the large steel tubes. Yep. We'll go ahead and grab 10 computers queued up. I didn't see if I had computers, actually. I should have checked. Cut that off. No, I don't. Then, now I will get them. Alright, the fires are put out. The base is... Oops, I forgot about the large steel tubes. Base is almost all done. Man. That added a bit of excitement, huh? At least for me. A bit of, like, spook. Oh, not 10. 4. Bit of, like, oh no, what's going on? Why is there fire? I'm like, what? Is it red? Oh, I must have turned off the timer blocks or something. And then I saw Frank kind of, like, out of, like, kind of askew, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And yeah, it's because it wasn't right. Things had gone wrong. Alright. Things are going well. We'll go ahead and park Frank. And then we'll call it today. Oops. Almost crushed myself with that. And this needs to be fixed. I can get some steel plates for Frank. Frank is well deserving of them.
Energy low.
Yes. We are still fighting power resources for some odd reason. Alright, there we go. Once we get onto the planet, we'll have like unlimited ice. Here we go. Let's go ahead and kick off here. Didn't build that camera that I was wanting to build a while ago. That's also in the list of things to do that I realize much later. Alright, we'll fly in here. We don't have to worry about whacking the solar panels anymore because they seem to have whacked themselves. Well, I think I whacked them with Frank when I was turning. Yeah, that was all me. That was my fault. In my panic, I whacked him with Frank. It wouldn't be so deep in the hole if I hadn't whacked him. All right, I think we're too far. We'll go ahead and pop down here. Go ahead and latch on. Turn off that, and hopefully Frank is putting to recharge. Right? Let's see how all this is going. How is all this figuring itself? So Frank is... So this one's recharging, good. Frank, okay, so I think, okay, it's doing everything correctly. It's doing everything how I'd expect to. So it's letting the base recharge still, as well as recharging Frank. And is it taking from the backup? It's taking from the backup. Awesome. All right, and it's balancing the charge. Lovely. Thank you for writing such a smart script. There we go. And everything is now okay. And everything is being done properly. The world is working. And until next time. Oh, wait.